Yo everybody! Welcome to the show match stream of tonight. Tonight I have prepared, or we have prepared, show matches with the new cards from the Halloween update. Basically what we have done is that we're gonna show you 6 matches where all the kingdoms fight against each other. So let's see how that goes. Well, to the right side of me is Jens.
I have to work with the other hand.
Yeah, it's confusing.
Yeah.
So Jens, he will be playing tonight, so that's pretty nice. But first we have Ceesharp versus Stein 6. You probably remember Stein 6. It is his third time he's trying to kick some ass here. So let's see how far he will go with the show matches tonight. And Ceesharp is back to get also some revenge from the last time. So, well, basically what they have done is made some decks where at least the new card is included and basically build a deck around it. So that's gonna be interesting to see what they have come up with and if their decks will hold some nice strategies. Anything for you to add?
No, let's get it started. Let's see what decks they made.
Alright, let's go. Well, let's go into the match already. So if the players are ready, then we can go to them. Alright. And we're live. Basically, oh yeah.
You can actually see them play. So now you see,
Yep.
as developers, how we actually sit on our chairs when we play the game.
Yes. We just added the camera on the players to get some more interaction, and if they laugh or cry, you don't only see the emotes, but you will actually see the tears flowing. So that's interesting for what's going on. Well, basically they just started right away.
With the emotes.
With the emotes and the BM. And well, something else you can see, all the decks are level 5 only. Because let's see how it will go on when they are on the strongest, right? On the left side we see Ceesharp. And he's playing a Shadowfen deck. And on the right side we see Stein 6. And he's playing his Ironclad deck. And Jens, can you explain the new cards from Shadowfen?
Yeah, so the new card is Obsidian Butchers. It's a 2 movement unit that soaks drains all the strength from all 1 strength units. So yeah, the plan is to create many 1 strength units for yourself, and you can use that to do a lot of base damage with a 2 moving unit. It also kills the enemy units, so it's also a nice trick to get enemy units on 1. Or for example your dubious hags, which spawn a 1 strength for the enemy, you can actually use it for yourself by draining its strength.
That's a pretty nice combo. Definitely get a lot of value out of the drain from your opponent's units as well.
Yeah, and I think the best combo will be a Rain of Frogs in combination with it. Though I have experienced quite some times that Rain of Frogs with its random spawns might be in the way of the place where you want to spawn it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, always in front of the enemy baseline, I suppose. Yeah. Yes. Well, what do you expect, right? Rain of Frogs, but still you get a lot of value, and if you get lucky, then still get doing a lot of base damage. Because how strong is it on level 5? Around?
I don't know off on the top of my head, but I believe it has 6 strength at level 5. Yeah, and if you then have at least 3 or 4 units that you can drain from, well, that's 10 damage you could just do in 1 turn.
It's already half of the base HP on max level. So that's a lot of damage. And for the Ironclad, we have Sound Drivers.
Yeah, let's see what special decks Stein has made with it. Because Sound Driver, so it allows you to push a friendly unit forward if there's nothing in the way, all the way to the enemy base. So let's see if it's a good combo with it.
Yep.
A disadvantage is if you already have all the
Well, sorry for There's some struggling beginnings of the stream. Let's hope it.
We're just in time to see Ironclad to win the match, apparently.
Yep.
Well,
1
Ironclad.
HP.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ironclad is 1 damage away from a victory. So, well, there was a short match on the video, but I think we can say that Stein 6 has proven himself.
Undefeated with Ironclad.
Undefeated. He's undefeated with Ironclad. That's what's going on. All right.
Well, let's just say that was a warm-up.
It's a warm-up.
Also for the video itself.
Yep. Yeah. Sometimes things go a bit awkward, right? How do you feel?
I feel horrible.
Yeah.
Humiliated.
I feel like I didn't have any good draws. But
Yeah, we couldn't see most of them.
oh,
At the
really?
beginning it was pretty well, and then
I believe you did a good draws. I really believe you.
yeah, it was
Sure.
nice.
Let's kick it on then.
Yeah, that's going. So let's see who's next.
Yeah.
I think it's Jens.
Yeah, I'm
versus-
playing, but I'm not sure which what deck.
Versus who?
Arion
Versus me again. Oh,
will
Yeah.
swarm.
alright.
So I will cast
With my winter deck.
with the winner of the first match tonight.
At what chair you want me to sit?
On the left one.
Any one of them play with
The furthest one
Yeah.
from you, right?
Just the first win again of the night. Nobody can take that away anymore from you.
No.
That's the best. Let's see which deck.
Ceesharp is doing the disco mode. It's going
Yeah.
for the disco mode. It's actually an unintended feature.
An unintended feature indeed. So now Arano or Jens will play his winter pack deck. No, not yet. So that will be going on, and Ceesharp will try his half out with Swarm. So let's see how that if he has better luck against the designer
Yeah, I
of
don't.
Mr. Stormbound.
Always interesting. Swarm
Yes.
versus.
All right, let's go into the match. You guys are live.
Here we go.
All right, basically we got a new card from Swarm, and that's the Lasting Remains. It's a strong body card that moves 1 forward, and after attacking it will just continue on moving forward until it reaches the base and deals damage to it. And from the Winter Pact we got Visions of the Grove, and it's also a nice fun card to play with. Also use as a finisher to kill your opponents, where it deals a lot of damage if you have remaining mana in front of the unit itself. So basically it will just shoot something like a laser on the whole column, and it also deals base damage. So if you survive long enough for as Winter Pact, you will basically just shoot lasers towards your opponent's base and win the game that way.
Cool. Yeah, talking about surviving with Winter Pact.
Yep. I think Swarm is a nice nice opponent.
Yeah.
A lot of rush and aggression, so it's hard for Winter Pact to survive.
Yeah, but it's funny to see the Swarm actually on the back foot in the first couple of rounds now.
Yep.
It's the Winter Pact that's actually pushing,
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
building up some a small lead here. Let's see if the Swarm can make some kind of comeback, because if Ceesharp doesn't do so quickly, this is going to be dire.
Yes, indeed. Oh, with Dreadfalls, that's a lot of value on the board. Also, his Needle Blast will hit all the opponents.
Yeah, that looks like
With a lot of good dragon synergy,
yeah.
which is hard to.
Still a lot of board presence though.
Yep. Yeah.
from the Winter Pact. You
Yeah,
can-
and Winter Pact will become even more dangerous once the Gift of the Wise.
yeah,
will
you
be
can
played.
you can see he's holding on to that one until next turn. He will clean the small dragon links there.
Frost Hexer, so you can even move forward. I think 15 strength for the lasting remains. It's super aggressive.
Let's see. Yeah, he has to play it to prevent
Any base damage.
and some mana drain as well, because he has only 5 mana cards left.
Yeah,
He's not hitting his ideal curve, looks like.
it's nice to see that he just walks forward, even after he fought.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want, right? As a swarm player.
Yeah.
Just go forward.
Yeah, just try to get to your opponent's baseline, because if that happens, then with maybe if he plays Forgotten Souls or heralds him, it will be
Yeah, got some Gift of the Wise
Will be
action
over.
right now. Such a strong card on max value. It's basically free mana, free card.
yep. Yeah, you get 4 extra mana from it,
Some more mana.
so you can just play everything.
Yeah, it looks like he'll empty his hand now. End up
Yeah.
with one of those. What's the name of those?
Gifted Recruits or the Frozen Core.
The frozen cores.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it's not Ceesharp's Ceesharp's day at the moment. From this point forward, it will become really, really difficult.
yeah. He's also very unlucky with the draw. He's going to have a 4 mana burn right now.
Yep.
That's so painful.
Yeah, the dragon is pretty good because he gets a lot of dragon tokens. And on level 5, you see it just spawned 8 dragon links and still is alive. It will be enough.
Oh, doesn't look like it. Yeah, Arano can now do what he exactly what he wants. He's on the hot seat right now, kind of playing control.
Yep. Yeah, with Frozen Core, once you can secure that building,
Yeah,
you
nice.
can just go forward.
Nice little confinement there.
Let's see if we will get the Vision of the Grove action. And shoot some lasers. I'm not sure if they are actually lasers, but that's how I imagine them.
There must be lasers.
Must be lasers, right?
Yeah.
Ice lasers. It's on the image. You saw some ice shards.
Let's see. What are
See,
actually those? Yeah,
There are
that's
some ice
definitely-
shards in it. So
Could
they're
be
basically
lasers.
like lasers in meets icicle burst.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That was exactly what I was thinking about as well.
It must be it.
Must be ice lasers.
Ice lasers. You heard it here first.
Confirmed on
Yeah.
stream.
Stormbound created new lasers.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Doesn't look really well.
doesn't
for-
look well. It's another Gift of the Wise action. Playing 5 cards in 1 turn. All big value cards. Doesn't look well for Ceesharp. Boy doesn't look to have any. Oh, there's a Needle Blast that probably won't help him that much. No. Focusing on exactly the cards that he doesn't want it to focus on. So.
But also just let's hype it up. He can still recover. And if he just plays, if he believes in the heart of the cards, and he already lost. Man, I tried to put in some extra energy for Ceesharp.
Yeah, I blame the belief.
Yep.
I blame the belief.
All right, let's go back
Cool.
to us. Wow, it was
Yeah.
also a quick match.
Another one of those games for
Yeah.
Ceesharp.
Yeah, I
Bad
think
draws, I guess.
I don't know, maybe I curved my deck wrong, like should have focused more on putting high value at the start of the turn, because that's exactly where I'm making mistakes, or at least where I'm not getting enough value.
yeah.
I can't.
I had some very lucky draws, so I could play all my mana just in my turn. Play 5 cards basically.
Yeah.
5
twice
cards.
gift of the wise.
Yeah, but it's perfect combination with the new card.
Yeah.
I think I did 5 damage to your base and your dragon there,
Mhm.
and then it's such a strong unit.
Nice. So we already have like a small final with you against me.
Yeah, but we're gonna have more matches, I think.
That's true.
Yeah, we have in total 6 matches. So
Nice.
that will be something worth looking for. I will just in the meantime prepare for the next setup.
Yeah. This time I get to play with Winterpack and you get to play with Ironclad. So let's see how we
with each
can.
other.
Yeah.
We first.
Nice little reverse mirror match there. Reverse mirror match.
Okay, tell
Mirror,
some.
mirror match.
Before we start the match, can you tell me something about your deck or not?
My Winterpack deck. I'm not sure if I can remember that much about
Oh,
it.
it's your device is there, so it should be there.
Check it out.
Check it out. Yeah, I basically use your
You
deck
copied my deck, yeah. Okay.
as
That's a good
templates.
start.
Oh yeah, I actually had some. I actually had a nice little thing in there. MKM actually approached me. Sure, you wanna use this card in your deck? I was like, yeah, I'm feeling good about it. I'm using the Archroot Aaron
Ooh,
as my.
I like it.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
One of my favorite cards.
that's my wild card. Hoping to get some playing the Archroot, get the Gift of the Wise out, and then go on from there. Or maybe with a Moment's Peace. Let's see. That's basically my game plan.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's also one. I also made a very experimental deck with my Ironclad.
I like that. I hope you don't have any buildings.
No,
Nice.
no. But it's very different than your Ironclad was with your push mechanics. I really try to get the most out of sound drivers, or get something out of it at least. So yeah, let's see if you can handle it.
We're about to find out.
Right, in the meanwhile, we'll also look at the chat box. Should be visible. I'm not seeing it, but
Maybe nobody's chatting.
well, there are a lot of people chatting. We can do a short Q&A with chat to see if there are any questions. I will just put it on. There's a
And we
lot
can
of people
also,
already talking.
Oh, nice.
Welcome Feed Me Pizza, Tony Yellow, and Mel Cover, and Philip. Think a lot of highs and welcomes. You like the faces. Yes, we are all well, working at Paladin. We are not all developers. Everybody has his own role.
Yep.
So
Everyone is a special snowflake here.
special snowflake.
It's fitting the winter pact
Yep.
deck.
Yep. So basically from developer to designer to QA and more the marketing guy. It's basically both 4 of us. And
Yeah.
you can decide which one looks like a developer, which one looks like a marketing guy.
Oh, that's actually interesting.
Yeah. So
Let's do a small little quiz.
yeah, let's do a small little quiz. Put in your
If
put in
you
your
have
answers.
yeah, if you're correct, you'll receive some gems. So can we do that actually, or?
I'm not sure.
We can do that, yeah.
Yeah, we might even do that.
Yeah, with the conversation tool.
Yeah.
If to you,
Yeah.
I can do that.
Sure.
So
Cool.
let's see if you have it correct, and then post it in the
Get
chat.
the tool working there.
You can only have one chance to guess correct, because otherwise you will just do all the combinations and then you always win.
Oh, that's such a design thing to say of you.
Yeah.
MKM.
Yeah. Whoa. Definitely.
It's a
Alright.
trap.
Any more questions? Well, people are cheering for Arano.
Wow.
So Feeding Pizza is the biggest fanboy.
Fanboy.
Well, I think it's a boy. The biggest fan person. I don't know.
Everyone loves pizza.
Feed Me
so
Pizza
I'm
doesn't
sure it's
sound
not
gender. It's pretty gender neutral.
Cool. All right, I love the suggestions. Keep them coming. So it's good. What was the target with the new cards, by the way? Arano.
Oh, as if I designed them. What's this about?
Yeah.
So the big thing with the new cards, what you want to do is to add win conditions or different ways to win a match. So as you saw in my match with Winter, it's a card that uses mana very well to deal an extra burst of damage. so it gives them some reach to winter, so you can keep freezing the board basically and still from a range deal damage. So it tries to focus on that. The other victory was Ironclad, though you didn't win with your sound drivers. I don't think you have played it.
I played it.
Played
it was during the.
Oh yeah, during the.
I think I made a mistake because I tried to push my minions into the base, but it.
It doesn't push them into the base. It pushes them. So the push mechanic, how it works, is it pushes a unit as far as it can amongst every empty tile until it hits something.
Yeah.
The base is something, so it's different than the command from Swarm, where they do push in, so it pushes until it hits something. Yeah, so it's a good way to, if you're falling behind, which you weren't, but if you would be, it's a good way to get something right in front of his base.
Cool.
And then maybe that unit is big and strong, maybe it's an avian stalker, so if you kill it then you get a lot of birds behind you.
You can basically.
I hope you will see that in the next match.
I hope I won't see a lot of birds in the next match.
I hope so.
You're gonna get stalked.
Yeah, Shadowfan we talked about already, which uses drains the strength from all units, so that's a good way to fill the board, use it to do the final push. And I forgot the Swarm deck, which is a win condition, as in if someone is defending the base with a strong unit and it's hard to find your way through. Last thing remains just keeps attacking, and does attack the base if that's the one in front of him.
It's a lot of strength because when you played it, or when it was played a previous match, it had like 15 strength. So if you combine it with a Herald's Hymn, Potion of Growth, you can basically OTK someone while just ramping forward your opponent's units, if you are in the right condition, obviously.
Yeah, they need to have a board, and if they place it all in one line, yeah, well, maybe it's their mistake at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
We're also just eager to see what it's gonna do when you guys are actually playing the cards.
Yes.
We enjoy playing with them, but we're a much smaller group than the player base.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Otherwise, it would have been a bad sign, though.
To be a bit critical, it will take a while for some players to level up the new card, right? I mean, it will take a while before they manage to find their place in the meta.
True. I think I can give a small spoiler that at least everyone should get one of the new cards when they are released. So little
Nice.
nudge, at least maybe for friendly matches on equal levels, level 1, then you at least have it unlocked.
Oh yeah.
Play around with it.
Yeah.
And
And collect some fusion stones,
yeah.
gold,
But
and
because they can come from all the books now, the regular
Cool.
books. So yeah, that's a good thing.
nice.
Cool.
I think that's good for now, and let's continue with the next match.
Alright. It's a lot of pressure on the board, but he has some nice cards in his hand which can be used to counter,
Yep.
or at least do some very heavy clears.
Especially Broken Earth Drakes or Freeze Clear. So much things you can do at the moment. Just to be aware of how much mana he has.
And oof, that's some heavy board clear.
Oh,
That's
so strong. And Savannah is still happy and alive because he doesn't get any damage from Broken Earth Drakes.
Yeah.
But still, the whole board state has been returned again. So everybody can continue on what he wants to do. And I think Avian Stalkers is a nice nice card to play here.
Well, yeah, I mean, the reason why Avian Stalkers is in his deck is because he could potentially push him with sound drivers,
Yeah,
but it's fine to play him as there as well. Like,
yeah, definitely. If you don't have it, and you can still put it in front of your opponent's baseline, it's really, really good.
yeah,
But now we also get in the era where Vision of the Grove will become really deadly.
oh, that's very true.
8 mana, 16 strength, moves 1, and deals a lot of damage.
A lot of damage.
A lot of damage.
Like,
Interesting to see that won't
Huh.
be used directly.
Yeah.
Oh, ions.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, never lucky. This was the ultimate shooting range. Basically, what Stein wanted to do was shoot his Vision of the Grove and shoot all the tokens from Avian Stalkers. Sadly,
But it's
turn timer.
still possible.
Yep. Yeah, everything was frozen, so nothing did move forward. But it becomes a bit more problematic because he has to deal now with more pressure on the board. And he always, yeah, basically just missed 8 mana cost. Value.
Yeah. It's a shame. However, ooh,
That's a bold move. I think I see a funny play.
I think there's not much hope for Stein.
Yeah, it's
It's looking dire for him.
yep. I was also thinking about if you put Archdruid Erin on the slot to the right,
Yeah.
he will do Moment's Peace on himself, and then he could use Savannah to kill one, and then
to
you
kill
could
one and get mana.
yeah.
back.
But then
Yeah.
maybe he didn't have enough mana because I was just thinking about plays
Yeah, that's true.
or time. The pressure is really on at the moment. It's so scary that
Well,
again he has an Archdruid of 27 strength on the board.
That is powerful.
Yeah, but now Sound Drivers just locks the game, I guess.
Oof.
So many minions. Getting really difficult. Even his freeze.
He's just getting stuck there. Oh man.
It's like
It's just-
Black Friday on a sales day.
Yeah.
Everybody gets in here.
Well,
Alright,
there's the broken Earth Drakes again.
there
Yeah.
it is. That's
Just a complete utter clear.
yeah, like get out of here.
Get out of here. Get out of my
Yeah,
base.
this is not your hometown anymore. But still, there is he gets maybe 1 extra base damage. So that must feel
That must feel good.
must feel
Doing
good.
1 base damage.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's be applauding for that much pressure being erased out of sight.
broken Earth Drakes are a bit broken, maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
are you the designer or something?
No.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how strong it is. But that will also show that you will need 2 movement guys if you want to counter Broken Earth Drakes. Because basically, if you just put all your minions inside your opponent's base,
Yeah.
there's nothing to clear.
Oh yeah, that's true. If you can just immediately deal damage, that's
And structures, right? I don't think it hits the structures.
it doesn't hit structures.
Yeah. So I think the Broken Earth Drakes are a hard counter against a slow moving Ironclad deck.
Yeah. Well, it just shows that like putting Fort of Ebonrock or another kind of structure card in your deck always is a good idea most
Yeah.
of the time, because you can counter freezing and you can counter poison, and you, like, they don't suffer from those
Yeah.
effects.
Definitely. And then you also contain your baseline
Mhm.
because it won't die. But after every turn, Vision of the Grove becomes a bit more scarier.
They become more powerful and more powerful.
Yeah,
And-
because
I would be interested to see Vision of the Grove used with Frozen Core,
yeah,
and like if you have like 5 or 6 Frozen Cores that buff
yeah,
Vision of the Grove, oh,
you just OTK your opponent
that would be amazing.
like the meme with charging my lasers. It's just like Vision of the Grove. Yeah, that would definitely be something.
Yeah, we should trigger a special spell effect if it does 20 or more damage.
Yeah.
Then it just like triggers
Yeah.
that meme.
For the colors, on screen, everything goes black and white. But so much
Ooh.
things are going on at the moment. I think Stein has a lot of options at the moment,
He definitely has.
and this is always a good one.
This just straight up clears.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh,
He doesn't shoot a laser.
because there's no mana left.
Yeah, but
Mm.
ending your turn with 20 strength on the board and reduce your opponent's baseline to his own base. Pretty good.
Yeah, because Arano has to work his way back to the baseline
Yeah.
again, which he just did.
Yeah, just
That's a nice play.
surprise. There's another 10 strength on your baseline. It is so funny to see. Yeah, I think the sound drivers
By
is
the
really
way,
good.
what the viewers see or
Yeah,
not?
the right.
Okay, cool.
Oh, he just kept his collector mates. Don't know if he had another shuffle. Mini mulligan. Oh well, it's still good stuff. Oh, that cycle for a green prototypes. Nobody likes that.
Yep.
Yeah, basically he's gonna.
What you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it because that will spoil maybe a bit, but this is something to do with charging.
Charging a laser?
Yeah, might be.
Might be.
Might be something that's going on.
Hmm.
Oh, you still shoots one unit. Pew! Ah, it's only two. I think it's still, if you go look at like 16 mana turns and you deal with the card only 2 damage to the opponent's base, it's pretty good.
Hmm.
Let's see how it goes right now. What can Mr. Arano do? I think it's a good decision. He had freebooters in his deck against the Winter Pact. Otherwise, he would just have lost so much mana because he couldn't keep up with the card draw from the Winter Pact.
Yeah, that's very true. And you can actually use every mana now.
Pretty sweet. Would you use the Potion of Growth on a really strong unit to a bit counter the Broken Earth Drakes?
I would. Yeah, I would actually, because that's what you need to do when someone has a board clear that is that strong.
Yeah,
You need to have one unit that's really powerful.
and there aren't any confinements in the game or in their hand decks. Alright, let's see. This is the ultimate combo.
Ultimate combo.
The ultimate combo. First, let's get a lot of mana and then put everything in freeze. And now cycle. Oh, never.
That's good.
Yep.
That's quite good.
Yeah. But what would happen if he had Vision of the Grove? He would shoot for 10 damage.
Oh yeah.
I think if that happens, then
Yeah, that would put the base health down to
yeah.
3 strength. But does Vision of the Grove deal damage to everything in front of him? Or is it like split damage?
It deals equal damage to everything.
To everything?
Yeah, but I'm not,
Even the base?
yeah.
Wow.
So it's definitely a finisher. It says to all enemies in front. So even structures, nobody is safe against his charging ultimate laser beam cannon.
This is going to be a card that everyone will want to use who makes a Winter Pact deck.
Yeah, and wants to play long games.
Yeah, but even if you don't play long games, it can still it still has movement, it still has strength and body. Like
It's pretty good.
it's in general a good card to have around.
Maybe a bit on the high of the mana curve, but a lot of Winter Pact players already play Olf. So that might, you can switch between Olf or Vision of the Grove or
Yeah, that's true.
Chillbeards. there are a lot of high mana cost cards in the decks. It might be even trigger people to play more Frozen Cores or Dawn Sparks to accumulate more.
Yeah, Dawn Sparks is hard to play with.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe a bit overkill if you have Dawn Sparks and Vision of the Grove, because it's like a 6 mana cost card and an 8. And you still want to survive against the aggro of other decks.
Yeah.
Yep. Shooting some lasers.
Even though it only was. Oh
man.
That's ugly. So many ravens.
Yeah. I think when I started playing Stormbound a year ago, I was the biggest fan of Avian Stalkers.
And now?
And now I think it will return once I see the matches.
But you're happy about that, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was really happy about it, and then eventually I just outgrown the card. It's like, yeah, there are other tactics, other strategies I can use, and I just never used it anymore.
Oh, but you were a fan just because it was powerful.
Yeah, it's like the call for 8 only with ravens. It's really annoying.
Oh yeah.
But then people became better, I became better, and people could easily counter it. But with the sound drivers combination, where you can just shoot it to your opponent's baseline, even if you are in a tight spot, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and what's annoying about that is that it will put the Avian Stalkers on the enemy base, so they can't actually use a push effect to push it back, except for Flamestream.
Yeah.
So it actually might make Flamestream a good card as well.
Yeah, I think recently when it was changed, so it doesn't deal any random damage anymore, it became pretty good. I've counted some of the guys
because it's more
on level
reliable.
5. Yeah, on level 5, where it basically is for 5 mana, deals 7 damage to all units in a row.
That's powerful.
Yeah, and pushes my units away. So, yeah, I think if you hit for like 10 strength on the board, it's already pretty good. You can counter the aggro decks, and it's over. Man, what a match!
Wow, that was awesome.
It was a long match.
It was a long
good
match.
one.
Just
Sound drivers.
Sound drivers.
Won me the match.
He definitely did.
With the Avian Stalkers there.
You're gonna cut back?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to click.
Yeah. Even after you push me back completely, I'm like, okay, and now I'm back in front.
And I was actually like hesitating to put that one dragon card in.
The Broken Earth Drakes.
Yeah.
Of the MVP of the deck.
Definitely was. But,
I was happy that I just wondered some of your moves, because you used Broken Earth Drake at some points to do a lot of damage, and felt like it was better to kill Avian Stalkers first, but maybe you couldn't. Because that spawns all 7 strength ravens, you could have killed them all with your drakes then.
I was thinking about it. I made some unlucky plays. I think mainly because I'm not very familiar with.
Yeah, I have that advantage. I know the card.
Oh, you're not familiar with the cards at all?
No, with the kingdom at all.
Oh.
I'm glad.
There's a lot of synergy, and it depends on what you play at what moment. And I made a lot of mistakes there.
Yeah. But it was nice to see that you. The turn timer almost killed you, and then Broken Earth Drakes came around. Yeah. And it was like, oh, just trolling, but everything is gone.
I thought I won the game actually there, but then with the sound driver definitely got me right back on the back foot again. So.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet.
Your deck.
It's crazy for me.
I'm playing Swarm.
Playing Swarm.
What am I playing?
You're playing that deck. The one I just left you. Ironclad.
Okay.
So it's another Ironclad deck.
And meanwhile, I will.
Is it though?
That's what it says in my screen. Ironclad Arion versus Swarm Stein.
I know. But am I going to use Avian Stalkers or not?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I actually started using Avian Stalkers after internal playtesting against MKM here. Because we played similar to what you guys, just on level 1 I think we did. And he was beating me very hard with Avian Stalkers.
Yep.
Combo there.
I was really happy that Avian Stalkers.
I played Shadowfen back then.
Yeah.
Even Stalkers comeback to together with sound drivers actually also
Yeah.
nice
Oh.
synergy there.
Oh, you can also
Yeah,
check
and I
the chat
combine
here.
it with the delegators, because delegators is a very strong unit with one movement. So even if I'm pushed back all the way,
Nope.
I can move one
Oh.
forward, and that gives me one space.
That's
With one
weird.
space I need for sound drivers to
Yeah.
push it to the enemy base. And that's why I chose a lot of one movement units in this deck, just so I can move once, push it all the way forward. So that's why delegators, very cheap merge units, which is awesome, perfect for a match like this. But it did save me, because I put that card at exactly the right time when you had in the
Yeah,
pressure
but I
there.
put so many cards at exactly the right time.
Okay.
I finally made. I'm basically happy that I made the archery combo with the 2 spells, and that
So scary.
that turn I had 50 mana left. Didn't have much to spend it on, but if I had the new card, that would be.
I would have been dead.
Let's also do a short Q&A session.
Yeah,
Sure.
because
With the questions.
people have been asking questions and
Yeah, they don't get displayed on the board. Maybe it's also a bit too much. I think this is good for. Should I scroll up a bit?
deeper dive into the lore.
But let's
that's,
let's pick out someone random.
Yeah.
Oh, how random.
Lore master.
Yeah, but what do you want to know about the lore? I don't see I haven't seen any of the questions. Want to dive deeper into it?
Yeah,
I think
are we
kingdoms,
thinking
yeah.
about that?
Why are these kingdoms fighting each other?
I don't know. That apparently.
Why are they
no,
on islands?
But
Yeah.
island is so.
Why is it called Stormbound?
That's a very long story actually. I
Who
think
is
you've been
off?
involved in that discussion. The island part is the part that they use. So there used to be a big planet where all these races lived on, and many more. And that allows us to always add more races if we want to. And
But
though it's a bit of an unknown source yet. We have something, but it doesn't really matter anyway what it is. But the planet slowly was torn apart. So all you see now is a very outer part of the planet. It's very high in the sky, floating around. And every race is fighting to. They had to first fight to survive the tearing of the earth. So that's why when some of the races started working together, at least Winter Practice, that's how they formed. It's the building of the dwarves to secure their island, to keep it whole. And yeah, now they're. I think the rodents are very crafty. They create constructs after these events or around these events to help them survive as well. For example, Shadowfen, there are 2 races that have always been in war, but they, after this, they need each other. Sort of, let's say like that. I don't think it's still a good alliance between the 2 of them, but at least they work together somehow.
By sacrificing.
By sacrificing, yeah, that's how it works. Toads have the numbers and the ravens have the magic.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a little bit how they came to be.
That's one.
Good
Yeah.
question. Yeah, I'm
That's
trying to
satire.
remember it all.
Yeah,
Because it's all
I'm
a long time
remembering
ago.
about the undead are kind of like more the lords of
Yeah.
the swarm, and the satyrs are more the bodyguards of them,
Yeah,
like the
and
protectors.
that are the brains. Their bodies aren't very strong. That's also why most of them are very weak, as you see in the game. So they're
Mhm.
very weak, and they need the satire for the body, for the strength, to fight, to do the carrying. They're the slaves. And they're very stupid. So, which is I think apparently clear with the lawless herd.
Mhm.
They're incredibly stupid, with only one exception, as far as I know, which is Councillor Ami.
Mhm.
But yeah, they're also
he's a
stupid.
smart guy.
Yeah, he's a smart guy. But
That's
the
why
rest isn't
that's why
very
he's the
smart.
counselor.
Yeah, it's in his name.
But, yeah, what is there to counsel if everybody is stupid?
Exactly.
That's the
So
question.
yeah, and if you have so many stupid, you need more brains. So that's why they work with the undead, I guess. What those they really work for.
Work
I think.
together.
Work for the undead.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
Well then, shall we continue with the next match?
Let's do it.
Sure. It's me.
You sitting?
Yes.
Ceesharp.
In-game friend chat and after-game stat check.
What? I'll sit in a fancy chair first.
On the fancy chair.
Yeah, this is
The plebs
old
chair.
chair. I'm sitting in a fancy chair.
Fancy chair all the way. Alright, someone is asking something. Or not, like guessing. You're guessing that I am the customer service guy, Stijn the PR, I am the programmer, and Arano the developer.
Yeah, but developer, the terms of developer is a little bit different because I think we're almost all, we call developer someone who works on the game,
Yeah.
which a developer programmer does too. And I think if you do any, or programmers, if anything, a developer, we often say that's a programmer.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, feel free to start me well in the match. So yeah, that's not really the question. Also, as in,
It's close.
what is developer then? Because in our case, developer can be an artist, a designer, or a programmer.
Yeah.
Sure, designer. Then that is correct. Well, my part is correct. Arn is indeed a programmer.
Yep.
Stijn is marketing or PR. I think that's a very nice title. Customer service, well, that's part of what you do. I think most of part of my plate too.
Yeah, I think customer service, like quality assurance,
Yeah.
it's a bit broader. It's basically customer service, testing, and helping out with the quality in general.
Yeah, but it's the quality of the product, and I think so. Normally, if we talk about with customer service, at least just to clarify it for you guys. It's actually Congregate's doing that now, so that's the answering of mails, do most of the things on the forum. That's on Congregate, so we have no one from Congregate here, as far as I know.
Yeah.
No, not
Maybe.
mine.
Somewhere hidden behind this billboard, there is
Stormbound board, yeah.
Stormbound. All right.
Well, we still skipped the question, but we can do that in the next break. Let's see how the match is gonna turn out.
Yes, so Ceesharp is ironclad, and Stijn 6 is rushing his swarm deck.
I'm glad I seen 18 stalkers there.
Yep, always even stalkers. It's gonna be the next biggest meta change. All right, Pillars of Doom.
So Stijn seems to like buildings in every deck he uses. So I see him again, and he actually plays them very wisely.
Yep,
it's still working.
Yes,
I see his screen freezing. It kind of scared me for a second.
Small delay.
But it's very smart placement of the building. It should keep it safe for some turns.
Let's hope so. What will Mr. Ironclad do? Think it will.
Play the big body.
Yep. 2 damage for every unit it attacks.
Oh, there is very fast damage.
So let's see what's going on.
Does he see if he finds the lethal?
Do you find the lethal? I'm not sure how.
Aryan is having a very, very bad day.
Yeah, this is not Aryan. I think this is Aryan's last time he will participate in the matches.
Oh.
He has like really bad draws. Yeah, and definitely the guy. The Pillars of Doom did a lot of work already.
A lot of work. I think we missed half of the match again.
Yeah, we were just talking a bit with Q&A. I think our mindset was that the previous game was a bit longer.
Yeah, so that's good. It balances it out. That's true. That's
so we thought like, oh, we can just talk and then continue in halfway the match. But
want to sit on your own chair?
I wouldn't mind.
So again, could you defeat the Vindicators? Could you?
I was planning on playing Bladestorm to kill off Vindicators, and then killing off the building, and then have board control. And
And how did that plan went?
well, not very smooth because there's fucking 2 movement. Yeah. Just
Yeah, so I feel a little bit dirty right now because I never play Swarm and I never play this aggressive Swarm.
Yeah.
But
this is how it feels to grind the ladders with rushy Swarm decks.
Yeah. I felt like I should try it out once and kind of like it.
So we got a new Swarm troller.
Join the undead.
I mean it works well also because it Tegra had a lot of body, like 8 damage. That's almost half of my base damage.
Yeah.
So it works really well.
Yeah, and then
Two
with the
hits
Pillars
with
of Doom,
pillars.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
a chip.
it goes pretty fast.
Yeah. I had so the I think the Devastators, the card I played, it remains to have the highest win rate of all cards.
Yeah.
Is that the highest win rate card or?
At the moment, it is one of it's the
Oh.
highest, the one with the highest win rate. Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Nice.
in general, right, amongst all levels.
Yeah. So
Nice.
I think he didn't do much in this match, but
Not most matches it does.
Let's do some Q&A. I'll set up for the next match. You have some questions.
I'll try to read the questions if you.
Oh, it's about.
In-game friend chat and after-game stat check. Yeah, that would be very nice to have, but we always have to balance what we're working on. And,
Yeah.
actually, in-game friend chat is a deliberate choice not to put in at this point. Because so we chose to have the friendly match, the simple emotes as we have them now instead of the chat. So keep things friendlier, easier, lighter. But it's something we have been discussing a lot.
Yeah, I think for mobile it's very hard to pull off well. I mean, you can just use WhatsApp while playing the game, maybe.
Yeah, for friendly matches it's something completely different, but you have to imagine that our friendly matches is something that came after the actual matches.
Outside of fights.
Yeah, outside of fights.
Oh, live, offline. Oh, live.
So we are live.
We are live.
Cool.
We're live.
Okay.
We are still alive.
We don't see the question anymore though.
No.
Aww.
So if you want a new question,
We need new questions. We don't see the last
sorry.
one.
no.
Sorry for
Oh.
the issues. Oh, we're back. So maybe we weren't.
Maybe we will.
yeah, maybe for a short duration, because I get a lot of pop-ups that my internet connection isn't stable.
Oh, I'll repeat shortly about the chat. Yeah, we don't have much time, much project time, so we try to focus on adding more cards, and adding a feature like friends chat would actually take time off of making cards, so we prefer on making cards.
Yeah, every feature has to be balanced with other features. So we're balancing priorities for ourselves.
After fight stat check would be fun to add, but it's also would also be a more extensive feature to add.
Yeah, with again, there's so many ideas, great ideas. Also in the forums and Discord, everyone has such good ideas, and yeah, if only we could put them all in. But I think as I said, it's balancing. See what we think adds the most value. Also, one thing we always tried with our game is to keep it simple and intuitive. So we're also, with everything we're balancing, doesn't add too much to the game. We try to keep the main menu, for example, also very clean. So with every feature, a lot of things have to be on the main menu. We're thinking, can we put it there? Does it make the game suddenly harder or more in your face? So it's a balance of a lot of things there.
Yeah.
Because we really want to streamline it. We want to have it clean, simple, accessible. So yeah, that's our goal.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds
Vision.
logic, right?
Vision of the Grove.
Vision of the Grove.
Yes, indeed. Shall we do the next match meanwhile?
Yes.
Sure.
Let's continue on. Ceesharp is playing the Winter Pack deck. Well, yes. Yeah, I think that's a smart decision to use Confinement. It's the most value at the moment.
Yeah, it says something about my dog again.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to have that.
Very unlucky again with his draws.
Yeah.
But it looks like he has some. He'll have some better days in the next turn.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Winter Pack is always a bit of a slow starter. You have to be lucky that you get your gifted recruits, Lancer, green prototypes, etc.
Arano is flooding the board already.
Yep.
It's,
I don't like the placement though.
Yeah, now let's see if the
Ah,
new
you get
Shadow
it.
Fan card will get some value. I think it's a 6 mana card, cost card. The new Toad from Shadow Fan.
No, we haven't seen that one before, right?
No. In the next match we have another Shadow Fan deck.
Okay, well,
But I already, yeah, basically the previous matches just did
Toad.
it. Toad.
Arano is going straight in for the
Yeah,
kill.
just super aggressive. We already see what he has in his hand. See if
Yeah.
Wolf Cloaks. Yeah, we should have like
Code words.
code words for it. The egg is in the basket. The egg is in his basket.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of eggs in that basket.
Yeah. Not a single egg was given.
Uh-oh. Well, this is the dream for every Shadow Fan player, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, this is what you always hope.
Yeah.
This is the second win condition from Arano, because he wanted to use the Obsidian Butchers.
Yeah, but this was very lucky for Obsidian in this case.
Yeah, so yeah, you couldn't place him in front, but in that case he also had the Kindred's Grace to buff all his little toadies.
Okay, we got some sort of a comeback from...
Yeah, so now we just wait for the Broken Earth Drakes.
I hope he put it in this deck. That would be perfect.
And otherwise he needs some good freeze combination. I think if he can stall long enough at Moment's Peace, that might also be working, but
Yep. No,
It's
you got
gonna be-
some... You got some nice cards you can work with.
yep. But still, the Kindred's Grace in a perfect
Mm-hmm. And that's the dream for every Shadow Fan player.
Rain of Frogs, no countermeasures, and then just Kindred's Grace all around.
Yeah. Looks like he will be some...
Yeah, what will he do? Well, now there are some options. It's a lot of a really expensive hand. 3/6 card, 6 mana cost cards.
Yeah, that's painful.
Yep. Yeah, in this case you want to have your Frost Hexers or Wisplat or Savannah that you had in your deck. It also deals on level 5. I think it destroys 7 or 8 strength minions in front.
Which one?
The Savannah Dragon.
8.
8.
Yeah.
So the
He's
basically,
stalling and now drawing his Frost Hexers. You can
yeah.
hear a sign of terror, basically.
Yep. Yeah, with so much in front of your base, it just becomes a little bit of hard to see how you can make a comeback.
Oh,
Well, there it is, the combination. It deals
What?
another. Would be sick if he had 4 extra mana, so he could Azure Hedges, and then Witches of the Wild, so it will kill his Azure Hedges, and then use the spawn tokens for his Obsidian Butchers. He needed 4 extra mana, but
if he had 4 extra mana.
that would be a sick combo, right?
There's a lot of things we can do with 4 extra mana, though.
Yeah. And then you get another extra card, you have like 6 cards in your hand, and your base health becomes 120.
What you're saying is that if the wife should be going to Shadow Fan.
Yeah, basically. Someone, Lurking Grawl, is asking, what does the Shadow Fan card do? Well, basically it drains all 1 strength units on the board. Your own, but also from your opponent. So it combos nicely with Azure Hedges or Rain of Frogs. And it has like a base strength of 6 strength. And if it drains another 6, it will basically just move for 12 strength in your opponent's base.
It's a 2 movement card as well.
Yeah, 2 movement card.
Yeah.
So basically it's a finisher. And well, if you are playing Shadowfen versus Shadowfen and both
That's
setting up Obsidian Butchers and someone plays Rain of Frogs, you will just drain all your opponent's Rain of Frogs and just
Yeah.
go forward.
Works nicely with the. It has some small synergy with the Dubious Hex as well. Where
Yep.
you can actually use the 1 spawn for your advance.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really nice if that's...
Ah.
yeah, this is such a hard match.
Frog that shit.
Frog it.
Frog it.
Frog it hard. Yeah, it was a hard match.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it's like basically you weren't very lucky with your hand.
I don't think they made good decks. I think
Yeah.
they made horrible decks.
Yeah,
Maybe
the mana
a bit
curve is all
high on the mana curve.
Yep. But
Shit happens.
so far, I think Jens, you won all of them.
Yeah, but so did you.
No, I lost against you.
Oh, true.
So if we, if
We
I
tied
manage,
and we have 2 winners.
or then we have to play one
I
more.
also wonder how each kingdom does, because I actually didn't track so far. I'm just
Neither
glad that
did I.
Winter lost the match just now. Because I know Winter won 2.
I think Ironclad won most.
Yep.
Because you won against the Winters.
Yeah, also Swarm
We
against...
have played all the Ironclad decks already, right? So I'm playing my Iron deck now.
No, we had Winter versus Ironclad.
Maybe someone in the stream knows
Shadow versus...
which deck is the best going at the moment.
My best guess would be Ironclad, because I won with Ironclad and you won with Ironclad. Yes.
Yeah. And we still have well, we don't have any Ironclads
And
left.
Swarm won twice as well.
So I have good odds in my last match, which is my Swarm deck.
Yeah.
Nice.
How about Shadowfen? I think we.
I
won.
think one win, 1 loss so
Yeah.
far. I think lost versus Ironclad and just 1 versus Winter. But yeah, good tip, add enough win conditions to your deck. When I made this deck,
Yeah, and
I
put Broken Nerf Drakes in the winter deck.
So when I prepared this deck, because we are, at least I try to prepare, because I at least want to win 1 match.
At least one.
So that worked. I'm happy. But for example, the Shadowfen deck, I first tried with a different deck. I added more dragons to it, but I noticed that it made it, for example, spare dragonlings. I think it looked a lot more like the deck you used.
Sorry?
You had some dragons in your deck, spare dragonlings, wandering worms.
Could you repeat that, please?
Let's counter it.
But I used to have those in my deck,
Yeah.
and I actually removed them because I noticed they weren't the best win conditions. They just allowed for a little bit more strength on the 1 win condition I had and a bit of control.
Yeah.
And I just decided to go more like, if I got a lot of toads, I get a lot of power.
Yeah.
So that's when I added, for example, Kindred's Grace and added a few more moving units in there.
Yeah, I totally didn't test my decks, and
That's okay.
I am feeling that now.
Yeah, because tomorrow it should be live, the cards and the event.
So this is one
until
day
Halloween.
before the release.
Yeah, it's a short event. It's not our anniversary, which was much bigger last month. So this is a short one.
It's also more special, right? 1 year Stormbound versus people dressing up like zombies.
Yeah, or like Stormbound cards.
Yeah, Obsidian Butchers
Yeah,
cosplaying.
I'm going
If
to.
anyone is cosplaying as a Stormbound card,
But don't
please
drain
send us
1-year-olds.
the pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
going
going
to-
to be a desktop wallpaper for me then.
yeah, that would be really awesome.
I
In
consider
the
that
back of
fan
the
art.
office.
I was going to cosplay as Toti Elevated, but I still don't get the elevation part.
Yeah,
Working on it, but
expensive.
it's expensive.
Maybe we
yeah.
should ask Tedder to dress up like him.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can try.
Tedo dressing up as Tode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's his character.
And then you should be the dragon, right?
Oh, Cordia?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should.
But then I need to be as Aaron.
Yeah, you just
Yeah.
cosplay.
Yeah, cosplay.
Cosplay a female.
character. Yeah.
people
it's fine.
I can
people
see
are
that.
having some problems with the stream. I see. One suggestion is to turn down the quality. I'm not sure if it's possible.
Even further.
Not having that option. so easily.
Oh yeah, the bitstream quality.
Yeah, not sure why it's being problematic because nothing out of the ordinary what I do normally is happening at the moment.
Yeah, but it could be the internet connection
Yes, that might be.
throughput. Because we are streaming from 3 different devices.
Yeah, but it's yep.
It's yeah.
It's yep.
It's so yep.
It's so much yep. All right, I'll lower it a bit. Let's see how that goes.
You lowered the
Let
bit?
me use this
I
opportunity
lowered
to
the
say
bit, pun
hello,
intended.
Laurens, hello. I saw Laurens showing the chat
Quality is
too.
too good.
Quality is too good. Yes, that's what we're always hoping for, right?
Cool.
I think we should just continue on with the last match.
Yeah, last and
Yep.
hopefully not final match.
Oh, it's final. Well,
It's the
for
final.
today.
For
this
today is
stream,
the final
for this
match.
stream.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't want to do, if I win, you don't want to do any...
I would share the glory. I would happily share the glory with you.
Yeah, then I will be first for once.
Yeah,
exactly. If you win.
If I win,
If
let's
you
do
win.
this.
Oh
I think you're on
snap.
the wrong chair, Stijn.
Oh, it's fluent now for me.
Yeah. I think on the
Yeah.
stream itself you can now also lower it to...
No, but it's our upload speed.
Yeah.
I think.
yeah, I
Or-
think I already downgraded it 33%.
Yeah. We can also check like on the video it was actually lagging as well, but now
Yeah.
it's more fluent.
Yep. Yeah, I think it might be with so many things. But in the previous streams we didn't have the issue. So maybe with in combination with the internet of tonight, things go a bit meh. Well, first you have to connect to my device.
Oh, the AirPlay stuff.
Yep.
Stuff.
One is connected.
Which kingdom do you think needs a buff the most? I don't think any kingdom really needs buffing. It's more specific types of decks, I think.
Yeah, and it depends at what level you're looking.
Mm.
I think at higher levels, I think Iron could use, Iron Shadowfen could use a little bit. It could be a bit more strong. Could be a bit stronger.
Yeah.
At lower levels, Winter could definitely use a bit of help.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Because it's like at lower levels, Swarm is really powerful, but you actually want to have any kind of deck be viable at any level, right?
Ideally so, yes.
Ideally.
Ideally so, yeah.
It's mostly
But
fine tuning.
they're all in win rate. Talking about win rates, they're all pretty close at all levels at the moment. I
Mhm.
just checked the numbers again today. It's actually looking very good. It's every time an update happens, new cards or card balancing, we see the numbers shifting a lot. Because
Mhm.
people are testing certain decks, some win a lot, some lose a lot, and then slowly it's getting to a more stable version, which is what we're seeing now. It can still be better. So yeah, we're gonna now see how these new cards will influence, even though they're at low level, so they will rise slowly. But yeah, we'll make adjustments when we feel like them. Because when we feel they're good, they're already on paper, the options are already there, we're tracking all the stats, all the decks, all the kingdoms, all the cards, every little detail.
Okay, and someone is asking, can you guys do something about the winter pack building spam at platinum rank? Does that happen on platinum rank? I'm not on platinum rank
Siege
myself.
breakers.
Okay.
If it's, yeah, that's the hard counter, right? Siege breakers.
Siege breakers.
I have run.
Do you use it at platinum rank?
Yep.
Okay.
I have some small experience with siege breakers,
Mhm.
and if I don't encounter any structures, it's meh. But if I do encounter structures, it's like trollololol.
You're really crushing them.
Yeah, especially in a swarm deck. Yo, Ricky Lau, welcome. Welcome to, I think, the most laggy stream we have done so far. In a series of 3.
Oh, we're back. Nice.
Alright, so let's see what's going on. Let's do some catch up. We have the Swarm versus Shadow Fan. And we see the Shadow Fan also with Obsidian Butchers and Kindred's Grace in its deck, where the Swarm has some aggression with Herald's Hymn, and also Tagore, Shady Ghoul, so a lot of 2 movement cards in his deck. That this can be quite dangerous as well. And well, currently it's going very equal. Nobody's actually winning or has a dominant board presence. Let's see if we can see the Swarm deck or the new Swarm card Lasting Remains in action. And maybe also the Obsidian Butchers getting some nice value, maybe deal a lot of base damage. Red Fawns is definitely a good card to use to get some value on the board. Should you play the Kindred's Grace at the moment or hope for something else?
Sorry?
Would you use the Kindred's Grace? Or yet just recycled Kindred's Grace? Would you have used it on 4 Toads?
I would have used it on 4 Toads because then it's still like a high value.
Yeah. Well, Stein thought about something else.
However, if you use it, it removes the power of
Obsidian Butchers.
Obsidian Butchers.
Yeah.
So I think that's a reason to just keep your weaker units.
Yeah, makes sense.
It actually introduces some interesting play in that sense.
Yeah, but then, yeah, it only drains of your own units, so you don't get more value out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would like it a bit more to use as a killing move, like just survive long enough so you can use Rain of Frogs or Azure Hedges in combination with Obsidian Butchers.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you have a turn like this, well, basically I think it buffs 1 card for 8 strength. And all your other units of the same unit type for 4. So there would be 20 strength on the board.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Without, However, board clears are also a thing and they're quite powerful at level 5.
Yeah, definitely. If you have like a Blade Storm.
Playing Blade Storm or Broken Earth Drakes.
Yeah. But that'll not be possible for Arano to use that one. But still, yes, like Blade Storm, Victors of the Melee are still pretty good cards to use. Get a bit more aggression going on. A lot of toads in front of the base. Let's see how Stein is going to react on it. You might also try to use Discordia. But first it's Arano's turn.
Yeah. No, I think Stein's going to spawn more toads. And then he's going to spawn more toads.
And spawn more toads.
And then spawn more toads.
Toads to infinity.
Yeah, what I really like about the toad spam is that you also lock your opponent in terms of what they can do.
Yeah.
Like they don't have any spots open because there's just a 1 strength unit blocking it.
Yeah, definitely. And also with double box in his hand, where it just becomes a very clumsy card to play because you can not use it to get any value if you want to defend your own baseline. Yeah, that's fine to see.
I see a good chance though. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And he's doing it.
Yeah,
with the best placement or not the best placement?
I think this is better because you are a bit afraid of the 2 movement cards from Swarm.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he could have been playing. Or what's it called? Lasting Remains there?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why it's actually better to place it there.
I think he's now waiting to get his Obsidian Butchers or Kindred's Grace to use a lot of frugs to spawn. But it makes sense to get a lot of value on the board. I think Dreadfalls is definitely a good card for it. Alright. Swarm card was level 5. 3 mana, 12 strength. Pretty decent. So finally Cordia is being played. It's the first time in the show matches Ceesharp Cordia is returning on the battlefield.
Yeah, it's a very tricky card to play though, because the buildings, the eggs are so vulnerable that you almost immediately lose them. Like
Yeah.
Bladestorm can just wipe it out.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you see it now, only 1 egg survives. Well, 1 damage.
Well, Arano finally managed to do another damage, base damage to.
It's like
Stan.
100% extra base damage done.
I said another base damage, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's taking
So
some
much.
back.
But that don't turn away the swarm player. Swarm players are the most dangerous when they are on the edge of dying.
Are they?
Yeah, because they will just whoop your ass when you think you have won.
Well, that's kind of true. I mean, they have the ability.
When I was playing a lot of aggro swarm, I just won not because I would have survived another turn, but because people were so confident
In their winning.
Yeah, that they would like, yeah, we'll put another minion on your baseline. It's like, I don't care about another minion on my baseline. I care about killing your base before your minion walks at the end of my turn in my own base.
Yeah.
But now something, a lot of dancing units on the board. I think Stein is pretty happy with all his jumping toads.
I'm kind of missing the one swarm card with the scythes, the spell.
The Dark Harvest.
Dark Harvest, yeah. I think that would be like a very good use in this matchup.
Yeah, definitely. Arano even said that he had Dark Harvest in the deck, but
He had to
remove it.
Oh, damn.
Oh, he could have left it in, but he wanted the other cards in his deck as well. But in this matchup, it would be so devastating. Let's see what Stein will do.
Yeah, you still some lead with his frogs.
Yep.
However, he doesn't have any big chances to play Obsidian Butchers.
No.
He's more relying on his
Kindred's Grace.
on his Kindred's Grace and playing the high strength units.
Yeah. Yeah, also the whole board is pretty swarmed with units. So it becomes also a bit more difficult to maybe play it.
Yeah, that's true.
But it becomes really difficult from Arano to get to the opponent's base. Because he just loses his baseline the whole time.
Well, yeah, he really needs that baseline to get anything done here.
At this point, you just want your...
I think though he had a pretty good chance with like he could play lasting remains to maybe get to his baseline, and then use a card like Herald's Hymn to push again through the baseline.
Yeah, that would be pretty good.
But that needs to be very exact.
Yeah, I think he goes pretty far right now.
Yeah, you make some leeway here.
Yeah. 1 base damage.
Boom!
3 base damage is done.
Look at that.
Pretty sick. Just clears the whole row of units. It's good against the Kindred Grace kind of plays from Stein 6.
Yeah, the card has a lot of potential. I mean, I guess that's why Stein has to rely on Kindred's Grace.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, if he just spams the board with 1 strength frogs,
Yeah, the 15 will just walk inside his base.
yeah, he will just allow Arano to walk inside of his base.
Let's just clap because I think this game is
Like, this needs some Blade Storm right now.
yeah.
No, it's a broken earth break.
Yeah. Broken Swarm Drakes. Yeah, I think
Holy fuck.
yeah, can you confine your own base? That will be a nice Sudoku.
Sudoku.
That's how the cool kids call it now.
You mean seppuku.
Yeah, but the cool kids call it the Sudoku at the moment, so just try to be
I play like a true AI. I just play my turn and then the other couldn't do.
nice.
Good game.
Well played. Alright. Let's have the winner.
Redemption!
The winner of them all.
Oh, we have 2 winners of them all, right?
Yeah, 2 winners.
Well, or I don't want to say it, but otherwise we have 1 loser.
It's not about winning.
It's all about competing and having fun.
It's all about not losing. That's what my father used to say.
Nice.
Nice match.
Like, he's so happy about that.
Super salty. No.
I'm a little bit sad that I tossed out my confinement turn before you played. I don't know what you played. It's 1 very big unit. Oh, shit, I should have kept it.
Probably the
At the start, it's very early on.
drain one. What's it called?
Yeah,
the Witchers.
probably. Yeah.
Witchers
It was so strong, I
Stormbound.
couldn't. It was too strong to handle.
Too strong.
Too strong.
Too strong.
You got too strong.
Oh, I also I like the soul pressure mode.
Yeah.
They had a lot of value.
So you had that one plane where you killed a unit, another unit killed you for 4, but then it was like equal, right?
Yeah,
So
it was
yours
6,
was
so
6,
that's
6.
why I didn't touch it, because it would kill himself.
Oh, it's a weaker unit.
Yeah.
that's,
So if there was only 1 more strength, then it would be like,
Yeah.
bam, heals another 6, and you'd like 3, 10 damage. It was a nice play.
Yeah.
We didn't see a lot of Obsidian Butcher action.
No, I think I told him there, like, if you had Obsidian Butch, you could have killed me. He said, like, yeah, I actually just tossed it away. I'm like, oh, wait, you could have killed me there already.
Oh.
Yeah, because I think I had 11 health remaining,
Yeah.
and there were 5 1-strength units, and Obsidian Butch has 6 strength, so it would have killed those 5, became 11, and ran into my base for
That's what we
11.
call BM, right?
You just wanted to give him a chance.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was the last match of
nice.
the day, so
I was actually at the point where the internet connection dropped. I was like, nah, it would be too
Yeah,
bad to
I
win right now. Nobody's there to see it.
Yeah.
So I want this to be shown to my
Yeah.
legacy. This is my legacy.
Yeah.
I should be able
want
to-
the Arano to suffer more.
Yeah,
More?
for my kids. to
First
see.
time, Puffer.
Yeah,
It's
cool.
good, it's good.
Fine.
Because I told her at the start it's good either way, because either I win, which is great for me, or or you win. or
So
it's great
smart,
to.
this guy.
There's a loophole somewhere.
But I think the results are pretty good for each kingdom.
Yeah,
It's good
yeah.
that Sheriff can actually beat a swarm deck.
Yeah.
Level 5 cards there.
Yeah, I think every kingdom is.
Freaking in one and everything in less.
Yes.
You wanna do a round of Q&A?
Yeah, let's
Yes.
do
Yeah.
a bit of Q&A before we
Yep.
head off.
Somebody asking Hollow Rage 21, what league are you? But then, well, we can go over all our leagues. Well, I'm obvious.
You're
I will
the
start.
highest.
I'm the highest, rank 1, obviously. For people who watch my stream, that's a sure thing. Like, I also play quite a lot. And you, Mr. Ceesharp?
I think I'm on silver right now. I want to move to gold for the end of the month, but I don't have that much time to play lately, so I'm kind of lowering my ranks at the moment.
So you can grind some noobs.
I
next
can't.
month.
I can't
No.
grind noobs. I only get AI on those
yeah,
ranks.
true.
So that's
I'm
good.
proud bronze 5.
Oh.
The highest I've got so far is rank 7 actually, when we still had the rank system. Rank 7 or 6.
Yeah, that's pretty high.
Back when
That's
I
good.
back when I played a lot. Couldn't make
Almost
it to the-
Platinum 5. Or Diamond 5. Diamond 5.
Yeah.
He was platinum too.
Yeah, and C-Sharp, what is your highest?
My
Is that
highest.
right? Oh, it's highest.
Yeah, I think that's also nice because then you
No,
see.
I think, yeah, I've been playing since soft launch, of course, well, even before soft launch, but
During development, you are still playing the game.
oh man, yeah. Anywho, during soft launch, I got like rank 2 or something, yeah, because then there were very few players who actually like were whales, so you could
Yeah.
play without having high level cards.
Nice.
How about you?
Yeah,
Cardboard
mine's
league.
probably
Cardboard League
rank
5.
1, but indeed in the old days. But now I'm mostly playing with level 3 and 4 cards. Also because that's the nice middle ground for the competition, I think. So yeah, that's gold in this case, silver and gold.
Nice. Good question. Let's see if there are more questions.
We have Tony Yellow. He's complaining a lot about rock workers, which, according to him, has too much strength on the building.
I think it's I had such a good discussion this weekend. I was away for the weekend and with a colleague, and he was discussing. He was like, "Oh, Rockwork is such a good card, all the strength it has," and there was another player, and he was like, "Oh, I always hope my opponent has Rockworks because it's such an easy win." Because so some people really seem to think it's the worst card ever, and others think it's just too strong and way too So that's what I like about the card, honestly. It's the randomness that can make it very strong, but also very weak.
Okay.
I think if you play it smartly, then you can get a lot of value out of it.
Yeah, I think Tony is mentioning it, especially at level 5. But yeah.
Yeah, you're like 5 mana, spawn 8 strength, Fort of Edinburgh.
Yeah, that scales the same way as all the other for the same mana. As in it doubles. So all the units that normally would kill it, a Siege Breaker, you guys should all run Siege Breaker of course, would kill it.
Yep.
So they all scale the same way, so if you have them at the same level.
Yeah, and I see a lot of players, or when I'm playing it with the card myself, it's really difficult to get the Fort of Edinburgh in the right position. Especially now,
Yeah.
Gift of the Wise isn't being a card that can be played on a 5 mana turn. I need to have enough movement to go forward, and if I place the rock workers and it places the Fort of Edinburgh on my own baseline, it's just like he will just move a 2 movement unit between the end of the board and the Fort of Edinburgh, and from that point forward I will just get so much damage and I will die.
Yeah, it's not a good unit card to place on your baseline.
No,
It's
definitely
always
not.
a bad position, wherever it will be.
Yeah, so just put a lot of aggression on your opponent, I guess. But if you are on a slow deck, then just hope you can outvalue even the rock workers.
Okay. Moving to the next question. Feed Me Pizza is asking, what are your thoughts on the player-run tournaments? And he or she wants some validation if they're doing a good job.
Yeah, so I know, well, that's probably the pizza guy, right?
Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
That's
Mr. Cap.
Mr. Cap, and
Oh, okay.
indeed, yeah. Yeah, so that's really cool to have those tournaments. It's great to see all those, all his ideas. We're always trying to support it. I mean, we always try to support it with prizes, anything on the forum or Discord, anything we can do to get it more attention if it needs to, we'll do that. We do that, Congrade does it with the Ceesharp post. He does also a lot of messaging. And we have more tournaments coming up, so it's all really exciting. We're all helping wherever we can.
Yeah,
So just ask us if you want to host something, just ask us if you need anything, we'll help wherever we can.
Definitely. And if you want to join, then search for Discord channel on Stormbound. Or if you watch it on YouTube, you can also see the Discord channel link below.
Yep.
Just go there and join the community. It's always a really good way to meet other Stormbounders. And
Yes, we're there too.
yeah, we are also there. But then you can also join Cap or Feed Me the Pizza, the tournament, because I think it's really nice. And if you see the matches, because there are a lot of videos also from those tournaments, there are really high level plays going on right there. So I think it's worth watching and use as as reference for how you want to play to win it all.
Yeah, my 2 cents about the tournaments is, I really love to see the community engagement and see this game grow. It's really good to see that on something that you worked on for so long. And also, like fan art, I put every fan art as my desktop background. They
That's
rotate.
really cool.
So remember, Halloween cards, would like to, for Halloween, dress up as a card.
Yeah.
Also.
And keep it suitable for work.
Yeah,
You don't
Otherwise-
have to. You don't have to.
but it will be a bit awkward. If there is like some nakedness on your screen.
I would put that as my
Yeah.
background.
If there was any character you would like to see naked the most, which one would it be?
Maybe Aaron.
Toad the elevator.
Old man, he's so manly.
Yeah, that would actually work well. Yeah.
Naked dragon. Do you get his scales go off or
No, I don't know.
Is
what
it like a
happened
shrimp?
to Eloth without armor.
Is it
Maybe
like
it's
a-
tiny mouse?
do
Actually.
we have like a shrimp? Oh, I don't know. Let's continue with the next question.
Testing.
Couple of questions I would like to answer. So first off, what will be our next project? Well, currently we are always working on different kinds of projects. We have more games that we are working on. One of them is Stormbound. Some other games in our portfolio, and there are always new games that we are working on. So all of these things are in constant development. Next to that, hiring more people. That's something very focused on our studio, of course. I think we, since I joined 6 years, we've been constant, steadily but constant experience growth. And that hasn't stopped so far, so we are growing slowly but constantly, also very conscious. I think we're very looking at what does the team currently have and need, and where we fill in the weak, well, not per se weak points, but the undermanned points. So that's how we approach the hiring. But if we hire, it isn't direct for Stormbound, because we like to keep the core team that has always worked on it, working on it. So none of the new hires would be per se for the new for Stormbound, so to say. And then a very nice question from Mighty Kiwi, a question that I like a lot. I think this is one for you all three to answer. Let's just read it how we phrased it. How do you feel about the game? How it has progressed since global launch? Do you feel like the games were more fun when there were no defined meta at first? Because there are more cards. This always takes me back to the Swarm Pirate deck that we used to play in the beginning.
Yep.
But maybe this is a good question to answer from all of your perspectives.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking at me, so
Yeah.
I feel like I should be good on answering. I think so. We've learned so much from this product, from the game once it was live. I think, in hindsight, of course, would have done things differently. So even banner changes, for example, we do now, their effect is smaller because it was, let's put in quotations, wrong in the first place. Yes, at global everyone played. I think the decks were a bit more diverse, but it's also even that there wasn't meta. I think one of the first 2 strong cards was Even Stalkers. The one that's now making comeback, maybe, I don't know, with Sound Drivers perhaps, but that was such an insanely strong card at the time.
And you also had to play with the cards that you had. Like sometimes you didn't have any other options than those specific cards.
Yeah, card leveling was less of a thing because people needed level 1, a few level 2s, maybe level 3. But now it's just, most people have, on average, it's a lot higher. So yeah, that definitely changed. The card changed. I think the balance is for the better. Let's see how it evolves.
And meta is always something that I like and dislike at the same point. I remember these good old days, back in the days when there was no defined path to play a game, and you just discovered the way together with your friends, and later on that you've discovered that you've been playing Diablo 2 wrong all these years, but it was still fun. And now, at least I do, I kind of follow these templates of how other people min-max to the best combination. I kind of like it because it helps me saving time and it helps getting the most out of the game, but on the other hand kind of kills some of the experiment. So that's why I always like these new cards, and also the matches that we play, and the level 1 matches actually are also a lot of fun.
Yeah, completely different meta.
Experience different gameplays, especially with the new cards. You can try out new stuff and actually build your own way of playing a pirate swarm deck. It's still valuable.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I think we all play different decks. I think on your stream you're playing so many different decks, just trying things out. I also don't play a meta deck. I play the decks that I think are very fun with just unique cards, which is so much fun to play with, and then rather have fun than win in this case.
And I think I really like how it has been progressed. If I look back like 6 months ago, where we had at certain point where the Swarm was just dominating with Herald's Hymn and these kind of cards, like everybody just Needleblast. There were like sometimes at certain points there were archetypes that were really strong, which were not then balanced down, tuned down, or other cards get some more highlighted, get a little buff, so new combinations could be triggered. And I think it's for the better because we have now more cards, we have less cards that are really strong. We still see that some cards or some certain decks are being used quite a lot. For example, just a few months ago I was still encountering a lot of Swarm, but it was all from the era where Swarm was ruling the world, so to speak. And people just invested so much coins in their Restless Goats, level 5 and all those kind of cards that if you have invested so much currency in certain archetype of a deck, it's hard to switch it back.
Yeah,
but
it does make it a little bit sluggish, right? The meta takes a couple of weeks before players have come up to the meta.
But now in the last couple of months I see people who just grind from the lower ranks as new players with their dragon archetypes. I was like surprised that I just see completely out of completely new kind of decks, and also the decks or the players who played a lot of Swarm invested now in more cards, so they play with also different kind of decks. So I see a lot of Ironclad coming up, and Shadowfen also gets more attention at the moment, and Winter Pact is always visible at the moment. I think it's really good that we see new cards. Maybe it goes a bit slow compared to games where you have like immediately can change the whole meta directly when you have new cards. But now we have also time to adapt to it. We can react to it, and you can be the first guy, for example, who has like sound drivers on level 4 on the Platinum League, because you just spend a lot of fusion stones on it, and then you can surprise everybody because nobody is expecting it at that. Because if next week somebody plays sound drivers.
Is that a suggestion?
Just try to do it right, because then well, you have like the surprise effect, even though it's a new card. Nobody would expect you to play it on Diamond or Platinum League.
The advantage of a card like Soundgrabbers is that its strength is mostly in its ability,
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you can use it
ability
already on
makes the
level
card.
1.
yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's gonna be the best card to have in your level 5 deck and level 1 Soundgrabbers, but it's a good card that is easier to use in a higher deck, and I think all cards, I think the Winter card might be a bit harder to use, and I think same for Swarm deck, with Swarm cards, I think you also prefer to level that up, but the rest are also already, I think, good at the lower level.
Definitely.
Getting back to the question.
Oh, there was a question.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry, we're just rambling.
Yeah,
Lol.
about like how we feel about the game, if it's better now or back when it launched. Well, of course, it's better now because we've been pushing a lot of features that were really like improving the overall quality of the game, like adding friends. I mean, that's super important. And I feel like at the moment we have a nice base game where we can actually expand on the content of the game, just adding more cards and seeing what kind of cards would introduce new interesting gameplay, and then slowly adding to that. I feel like we're in a good place right now, that we don't really need to push large features, but at some point we would like to add them, of course.
Cool. One last question.
Yeah,
Pick
a
out
little
the,
bit.
Pick a nice one.
Yeah, a little bit unrelated to Stormbound, but definitely related to game development. Might Kiwi ask if I want to be into a project like this, or I guess be into game development in general. Is it better to go to university for computer science or software engineering? Let me first state, I think it's better for you, Arjan, to answer this question, but let me first state that on Stormbound there have been people working from self-taught, people all towards university degrees, so it's very much possible to enter the game development sphere from any kind of educational background, even if you have no educational background. What definitely will get you in the industry is just a lot of hours, a lot of passion, and just making the hours that you need, and learning something that you love, and also a little bit of luck, I guess, and talent, and then you'll find your way into game dev. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. My like I come from Full Sail University. No, I'm not coming from there. Sorry, but yeah, I did education for game development, but I think it's not really necessary because you just need to put in a lot of work. Like you need to teach it yourself. And why you would go to university is to build a network. So I would actually advise doing a game development education, like for design, programming, or art, just for the network and like getting to know people, and also go to big events. Just make sure that kind of people from the games industry know you and know that you are very passionate about making games. And even while you're going to university, just do free time projects, like make your own projects next to the ones that you get assigned from school, because like the thing is with universities is there's a lot of people who roll out of there who just all did the same kind of projects in that university, and that kind of makes you just like another person with those projects. Sorry?
Jens here is I just realized actually graduated computer science.
Uh-huh.
Is it computer science?
Computer science.
And is now a game designer, so that's also
Yeah, so
a
yes,
possible
I don't do
career.
anything. That's not true that I don't do anything with my knowledge, but
You don't have to do with your knowledge.
well, what I
That's
learned
great. So
with computer
Yeah.
science.
yeah, true.
But yeah, I started out here as a programmer.
And
2 days.
to also add on Arjan's talk, I think also game jams, like
Oh,
the
doing
global
game
game
jams,
jams are
yeah.
really good. It's basically where you meet other game developers or enthusiasts who want to make a game in 48 hours. So, well, the investment is your weekend, and you will get a lot of fun because you will meet like-minded people, and you will get experience in how the game is being made. And if you don't have any experience at all, you will meet people there who have. right? So you can just learn from them. And if you are just like a noob, a starter, doesn't matter, because you can always do something, right? You can test the game, come up with ideas, just try something out in Unity or Unreal Engine, and figure things out. And
yeah, I remember we sometimes do game jams here. In the last game jam, me as the marketing guy also had some opportunity to work in Unity. In the end, I didn't do much, but it gave a nice perspective for me to actually work in engine. I feel that I could contribute, and that already helped a lot for me to understand it. And I imagine that you constantly check your experience with other people from different roads of life, so to say, and that check of where you are and how other people view game development and their perspective on game development. They kind of also compete a little bit on in a healthy way. Is very good for your development in game dev. Definitely. I think we'll end with the last question: favorite faction and or type of unit for each of you.
I will go with Ironclad. My favorite unit is Dr. Mia, because structures are just so much fun.
Shadowfen Raven.
Also a card, right?
Type of unit.
Oh, type of unit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dwarfs.
So I like Ravens because they have like the drain effects.
Cool.
I'll go for Ironclad, and I like the what's the building called? I don't even know the name.
Mech Workshop?
I like buildings, and Mech
great.
Workshop is my favorite one. It never works.
Favorite unit type is structure.
It's structure.
Basically like construct, right? Because it spawns a construct.
Constructure.
Yeah,
Constructure.
Hey.
What?
New unit type. Confirmed.
Constructure. Oh, that would be nice. Like a building that turns into a unit and a wall goes back to the unit.
You should do that dance of yours.
on the
I
card
like
list.
it.
Yeah. I'm lucky I'm out the edge of the video.
Oh, poor viewers, they didn't see it.
Yep. I will do it tomorrow or something.
Yeah, I think mine would be very boring because you just said it. I also really like the Ravens, art-wise, mechanically. And Shadowfen, I think, is my favorite kingdom because I just like the lore and just how they work, and but also because Shadowfen has the toads with the little dance, which is very funny, and always wiggling around.
Yeah, they are.
Cool.
Okay.
Well, I think this is it for now then. Thank you guys for all watching. We had a bit of a struggle with the quality, but I hope everything turned out well for you guys. At least we had fun, or at least I had fun. Hope you guys had fun as well.
I had fun in 3 out of 4 matches.
Ah, salty. So, I hope you have learned something from the matches we have played and the decks. You can experiment with it. Well, make sure you make it on your own level, because these decks are made for level 5. But I think you can use the ideas from it to use in your own decks. Well, basically we will do this again once we have a new update, or just once we feel like to have another tournament, maybe another show match, because previous time we had different rules. Maybe we'll do something like that, or for the next update, if there will be new cards, we can show them also in the show match. I think that will be really fun to do.
Yeah.
And then for that time, I have a lot of time to improve the technical setup, because I don't want you guys to see the stream go off and on again for the whole time. So that's something. Hey, the chat is back. I did something. So I fixed the chat at the end of the stream.
We got chat.
Yeah, so well, that's the first thing of my checklist has been fixed. So that's nice. Well, I really liked the Q&A session. I will thank you guys for participating and being, well, I think it's nice that we can have a discussion or talk a bit openly with the community as well. Yeah. So I hope you guys also dig it.
I also read that the chat really likes the Q&A. If you have any questions, you can always fire them in the Discord channel. We can collect them and actually start answering them during this stream. So we also have like a pre-build list of some of the questions, so we can just slip them in during the stream and start answering them. That would be fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Or feel free to go to the forums and Congregate forums. There's actually a Q&A thread there that every once in a while we just go for all the questions that have been asked and we answer them one at a time. So.
And if you watch it on YouTube, then feel free to place a comment below. So to wrap it up and make some self-promotion, well, you can always like me, follow me on Twitch, also on YouTube if you watch it from there. And if you want to see more content, well, please like us, because if we get a lot of enthusiasm people who like what we do, then well, we can create more content for new videos, new tournaments, and do more these kind of things. Maybe even just if we get a lot of questions, just a small show of 30 minutes where we go over all the Q&A.
Yeah, yeah, fun.
Just focus on that without matches.
Yeah.
So that will be nice. But then we need to have questions right. We need to know that people are looking
For answers.
looking for answers directly.
What is life?
What is life? What is 24? What is 42? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, like it, and see you guys next times in the tournament setting or when I stream solo. Thank you guys for watching. Cheers.